President Donald Trump is getting pushback online for setting up a so-called sovereign wealth fund. What is that? It's basically a government investment fund. Okay. Now, they're often run by a central bank. They invest in an array of assets, including stocks, bonds, precious metals, and generally tend to be tied with oil. Okay. And so you've got these Persian monarchies that are very, very famous for setting up, wealth funds based on oil. Okay. Now, the goal of a sovereign wealth fund, which is commonly but not always found in countries with budget surpluses, little or no debt, or income from oil, can be varied. Sometimes they're used to stabilize government revenue, to help position a country as a financial center, or to provide for future generations, as is the case partially in Norway. Now, that said, there's obvious reasons why this wouldn't work here. Number one, we're the world's reserve currency. Why would we need a sovereign wealth fund? Secondly, we do not have a budget surplus. Okay, we are we're kind of in a little bit of a national debt. Okay, and you could thank tax cuts for the rich for that one, because that's the main driver of our debt. George W. Bush had a surplus when he took over, immediately pissed it away to unfunded wars and massive tax cuts for the rich. Trump managed to, managed to do even more tax cuts for the rich. And so now, massive amounts of debt. Of course. Now, the other thing here is, how do we know that if he does set up a sovereign wealth fund, that it's not just going to be used as a way to funnel money from the government into the fund because, they have the payment system, okay, or funnel it to, himself or his rich friends? Because it seems like having a fund in control of Donald Trump bypassing Congress would immediately be exploited for him and his friends to just rob us all blind, to take all the money from the Treasury, which they have access to. But he says, no, we're going to do it to buy TikTok. What do you mean? You're going to buy TikTok with it? And you're going to basically turn it into U.S. state-funded media? How is that any better than the accusations that it's Chinese funded state media? That wouldn't make it better. No, but their excuse probably be like, well, it's United States now, so that automatically makes it better. No, it doesn't. It wouldn't make it better at all. I mean, it was. And by the way, okay, those issues aside, it's unclear how you would get the money into the fund in the first place. Now he says, well, it'd be funded through tariffs and other intelligent things. First of all, that's not how tariffs work, okay? Tariffs are paid by the importer, who then pass on the cost to the consumer. So it wouldn't be paid by other countries. It would be paid for by average people, which is a tax, okay? So basically, he says, well, we're going to fill the sovereign wealth fund, which is, going to be basically accessible by me, okay, and only me. We're going to fill that fund from essentially taxes from average people through our tariffs. And then what? It is basically just a way for him to funnel money from working people to himself. Wow. I mean, it's clear robbery. Okay. Now, social media, of course, reacted to this pretty strongly. One person wrote, "For those who haven't figured out what's going on yet, I will tell you, Leon has control, meaning Elon, of the Treasury, because he will move all our money away from federal departments, agencies, and the Treasury and put it into the new sovereign wealth fund. That fund is not regulated by Congress. There is no congressional oversight," which is true. All of this is true. Only the president and anyone he appoints can release those funds. He is effectively taking away Congress's power, which is supposed to be the power of the purse. That includes the Republicans in Congress, too. They will have nothing to do, and he is effectively neutering them. Well, I mean, to be fair, they would still have the money, from their massive donors. So now he adds, this is not in Project 2025. That's why he is having Elon do this. He's basically screwing not every single person in this country, but also TPUSA and Heritage, which would be funny if it wasn't a direct robbery from all of us. Okay. But betraying the people behind Project 2025. There's something about lying down with dogs. There's a lesson in there. Okay. Now there's another, and this, again, it is speculation, right? But boy, it sounds bad already. Now another head asked, remember when Malaysia created the Sovereign Wealth Fund and their head of government and his businessman friend stole $4.5 billion from it to fund political campaigns and extravagant parties because they ended any regulatory bureaucracy that would have stopped them? Just wondering, Well, it's almost as if something like that could be happening here, but there's no way, right? Yeah. There's more. It's financially irresponsible to develop a sovereign wealth fund when the nation is in so much debt. Any surplus fund should go to pay down the debt and reduce the interest owed by the taxpayer. Seems more like a place to collect bribes and embezzle funds. Well, yes, it's the perfect place. Again, only controllable by Trump. No oversight, nothing. There's more. Sovereign wealth fund without congressional approval is more theft from U.S. taxpayers. This is bad. It could always get worse. Another says, so we're going to have to create a sovereign wealth fund to buy TikTok? I thought the GOP believed that government shouldn't get involved in private companies or be picking winners and losers in the market. They never had any core beliefs whatsoever. Just anything to enrich themselves, hold on to power, and enrich their donors. Of course. Another says, the thing about the Sovereign Wealth Fund that Trump created yesterday by executive order is that it is the means to steal from the U.S. Treasury and put that money into a place that only he controls. I think we pretty much got the whole point of this. And again, having the access to the payment system through Elon Musk means, they can pretty much do whatever they want. That's it. It doesn't matter to them, that it's illegal. Laws no longer matter to them. I mean, you've seen that. Through all the illegal executive orders they have put out. The taking over of these different agencies, pushing out government workers. We're in a lawless society now. Norms no longer matter. Laws no longer matter. For them, only the robbery matters. And guess what? We're all about to get robbed. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you become a member on our YouTube page, you become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.